We are here with Vidushan Premathiratne, co-founder of Circle and TechLabs. Hi Vidushan.
Yeah, hi Jonathan.
How has the summit been so far?
It's been fantastic in terms of the content, in terms of the networking, the people you meet. It's good to see a lot of trading folks, liquidity folks, effect folks here in Singapore, and also a very unique forum dedicated towards such trading platforms and founders.
Well, the great content owes a lot to you because you've pulled out 2 content sessions, 2 panels. You're extremely well connected, so thank you for all the collaboration. And perhaps you could share with our viewers what are you doing in both of your enterprises?
Yeah, so one is TechLabs. So TechLabs is part of the digital securities and digital pound sandbox of the Bank of England. With Circle, what we try to do is we help businesses literally cut down their BD time by helping them connect to their potential customers, investors, partners through curated introductions via conferences, then roundtables, one-to-one meetings. So you could reach your right audiences more effectively and get more value for every GTM dollar you spend.
And you reached that from experiences on your tech lab work? Like, how did you come about the idea of connecting such industry participants?
That's right. So that's a very interesting concept because I went through an incubator called Antler, 2 cohorts. There were about more than 25 startups that got funded, but only 2 to 3 survive right now. And one of the primary reasons for that is their GTM sucked. So they struggled to go find their potential customers that wanted their product. So as a result, they burnt out. And today building is easy. So an AI product can be built in a matter of hours, but it's just finding those customers is always a big headache. And you have digital channels through social media, etc., but it's becoming more expensive, less effective. Well, I found
and shittification.
Exactly. And what I found was still the human interaction still play a major part in terms of cutting the sales cycle, building more trust, and that's where deals actually happen, the biggest deals. So we thought of building a business around that could help literally potential business, whether it's overseas or within the market, expand more effectively but through curated introductions. And AI helps that process, but mostly the introductions happen in person.
So you're in a unique standing point to see what the industry needs in terms of, I mean, we're in a financial services event, so I'll try to focus my question at that. When you look at startups looking for integration with these guys, what do they need to know to do better in order to meet the right people?
Yeah, so one is they have to understand their product well, who their customer is. So moment you figure out the right persona within their customer. So customer can be, say if you take the example of a business, B2B customer. So you have to look at the persona within that business that you want to reach. So whether it's a chief executive officer, financial officer, or it's the head of department that you want to actually reach. And that is where we become effective in finding ways to connect that person that you want with that particular industry. Now, say for example, we'll take a trading platform like these guys. So what they want to do is get connected with exchanges within this region. So how we are effective in doing that is we're able to identify certain exchanges that might be potential users of their solutions, and then do introductions through curated roundtables. We promote the in-person introductions. Why? Because in Singapore, this region, the one-to-one meetings is what builds trust. So you're mostly closing much faster when you meet them in person rather than through virtually.
And if I move from approach to product, from what you're seeing with investors, with VCs, within the areas of AI and agentic AI that everyone talks about, what specific niches are still ripe for startups? I mean, there are many startups that don't have an idea yet, they just have a couple of good tech guys that want to do something together. So what's currently missing?
Yeah, so the critical part is the insight that you have on a particular problem, because as you know, you can ship a product today in hours. So you could just go to a no-code platform, create a product, and then literally build it, at least a prototype, to test the market whether how they will receive it. But the critical point is have an insight on a particular problem, which is going to be your secret sauce from which you could build.
And which problems do you currently see as unsolved?
So one is the GTM problem, which we are solving, and then you see...
Don't go there.
Yeah, and you could see one is around, we'll take a customer acquisition, then you can look at, okay, how to build a scalable website, say for e-commerce there, or even more intuitive ways of trading. Say you're a retail investor, you don't have big capital, you just got 5,000, you can't access proper advisors, then you will want more AI-driven answers to skim through piles of information.
Can AI tackle localization? If I think about something like Base 44, or are they equipped? Are these shelf products equipped for specific niches within Thailand, Vietnam, APAC?
100%.
Language-wise, localization-wise?
Yes, 100% all these platforms are equipped. It depends on what you include or what you equip the AI agent to build on there. So that is where the insights which I mentioned or the secret source plays a critical part in you embedding with the AI agent who's building the product with all these information. Okay, go and search this is where you find this, and it'll come up with the right answer. So before you build, you have to have an understanding of the problem, which is going to be through your industry experience, or you felt that through someone else you know, or is it someplace you worked that you've done it. So without the industry insights, you don't have a problem that you're solving. You're just building theirs. But you have instances where you could just build. Now say for example AI platforms that create products, still it's a huge market. It's a massive market. And you could still build LLMs that create products or improve workflows and so on. And sorry, just to add to it, another product is the AI agents automating workflows. So even in Singapore, there's about, I think, 200K plus businesses who want to go into digital transformation, catalyzed by government grants. The government is already willing to fund businesses going into transformation.
Oh yeah, Singapore is among the top supporters of AI. Even the foreign minister has published his second brain AI on GitHub. So obviously the system is geared towards that.
Exactly. So this is where you see the funding there. So it's just a matter of going and looking at use cases, seeing how best you could help businesses. And without even a product, just having that consultancy or a service base of helping a business automate, identify workflows that you could automate and going and implementing it for them is by itself a good opportunity to capture here.
That's good to know for viewers across the board. And you moderated a session about stablecoins as well, which could be viewed as a use case of everything we've just said. How do you see the field growing in Singapore and APAC?
Yeah, so stablecoins is the biggest use case that you see in APAC. Why? Because money movement has been expensive right throughout, and you have a significant amount of remittances going out of Singapore. Singapore is also a very good transshipment hub, so there's a lot of money flows which currently cost quite a bit. So with stablecoin rails, you don't need to go through multiple banks, which costs a particular amount of fee for each rail. It's just a wallet-to-wallet transfer. And today, the questions of AML, KYCs have to a great extent been answered through mechanisms that is implemented, because previously the purity of the token was an issue, but today that is no longer an issue. So it's about identifying the best use cases, which is evolving around money movements in this region. In Europe, it's around tokenization. The use cases are evolving. And also one interesting point that came out in the panel was, which is holding dollars, which is a massive use case for stable coins in countries that you are seeing currencies depreciating. So wherever that is legally possible to move or transfer some of their local currencies to foreign currencies, stable coins are becoming a medium in which you could store that value there.
So it's a brave new world, and Singapore seems to be a great place to capture these opportunities. Thanks to people like you who do such a great work in connecting the dots. Thank you so much, Vidushan. Pleasure to have you
Thank
here
you,
and on
Jonathan.
stage.